Richo, there is nothing easier than a stir fry. Hard day at work, hard day at school. But I do hear as a nutritionist a lot that people go, yeah, but it's boring. Well, it's not boring if you don't use boring ingredients. And today we certainly are not. We're going to use Korean kimchi.
Love it.
So I just want you to slice up that garlic.
Gotcha.
This is where you can really home in on your knife skills as well when you do stir fry. So maybe say once a week. Why don't you just make a stir fry, but look at it like a little lesson in getting fantastic in your knife skills to boot, especially matchstick. What's your fancy French word for it?
Matchstick.
Ah, that's the one. Exactly that one. Now I'm going to put a bit of extra virgin olive oil, but you don't actually need much. The important thing about stir fries is you need a really high quality non-stick wok. Now this one's wonderful because there's actually a thermo signal down the bottom, and especially if you're a bit of an amateur cook, it tells me when the wok is at its perfect temperature by going block red. How perfect is that?
That makes life so much easier. After all those years of cooking, all of a sudden they've come up with a great idea like that.
It's great, isn't it? Just in time for me. Yeah. It's fantastic. So I've got some nice little cubes of tofu. Frying those tofus off just in there. Well done. Look at those chopping skills. That's how you got to the top, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Because of that. Now, the key really is with a stir fry, no matter how you chop it, make sure they're all the same size, really. That's what you want, so they're all cooks relatively at the same time. Now, this is a kimchi stir fry, so I've got some here. Now, it's this amazing Napa cabbage that we use with all this beautiful, beautiful vinegar and lovely chili on there too. Sometimes you get it really bright red. So we've got carrots, some zucchini in there, some spring onion, garlic, but you really can clear out your fridge of any wilting kind of veggies, especially if they're good, organic, seasonal. Their lifespan won't be too long, so you want to get them and use them. That's what food is for. So I'm just going to chop up this kimchi. You can help me if you want to.
I can do that for you.
As well, because sometimes a big amount of kimchi can be a bit of a smack round the face.
This kimchi, I like the way you cut it nice and fine because it'll go all the way through the stir fry.
Absolutely. So if you just get that glass bowl there, now I'm going to just add some flavour. Stir fry means flavour. Now you can as well, in the pan, toss it just with the handle there, but if you're like me and you want to stay very safe, you'll miss health and safety, just use a nice spoon. You don't have to always go fancy, but I know that you're pretty good at it, aren't you?
Well, the other reason for doing that is you actually keep the pan on the heat where it belongs. Instead of moving it around everywhere, you take it away from the heat and you lose that crisp frying sound that you got.
Yeah, that is lovely, isn't it? So we're going to add a bit of flavour here. So we're going to start off with some Korean chilli paste. Look at that dark, dark colour.
It's gochujang, which is a really, really important spice or seasoning agent they use. It's fermented in big earthenware vats for a couple of years. Lots of rice in there, chilli, lots of other bits and pieces. It is beautiful, essential to Korean food.
Oh, that really is fermented, isn't it? A couple of years. Right, in we go with some soy sauce. Got some gluten-free soy sauce there.
A couple of tablespoons?
Yes, please.
Okay,
so Korean, we're playing with our sweet, our salty, our sour. I've got a bit of maple syrup here too, so about 1 tablespoon.
You can put a little bit more of that in there.
That's it, and a bit of sesame oil. We only need a little bit of that stuff there. So we're just going to whisk that one up.
It's interesting how you make the sauce to go in the stir fry separately and then pour it in. A lot of people just pour it in, but I suppose this way you can get it right before you add it to the dish you're cooking.
It allows the control to come back to me, but really you want a nice hot, hot pan, and then that's when you go and you bring all your veggies and your sauce to it. So we'll add a bit of sauce there. Doesn't need long whatsoever. We just want to make sure that all that flavour has kissed all of the ingredients there. Now, if you bring up that bowl, look, isn't that gorgeous? Now, I think veggies need to be paired with a good carbohydrate, and there's nothing better than some good brown rice and quinoa. Now, put together, you're getting a nice little mix. Diversity is a great thing to have in your diet as well. It means you won't become intolerant for too much, so it's a really, really good thing. Oh, Richo, that didn't take long at all, did it? Let's take that off the heat. Had a busy day, very stressed with my colleague, and I just want to come home, kick back, eat some vegetables.
You don't look stressed at all.
No, I hide it very well, don't I?
I'm stressed. I'm about to eat some tofu.
Now I've got a nice amount of veggies in there, some tofu. Got some of that. I've got some sesame there too, so I can have some magnesium and really relax.
Sprinkle that on. So the more sesame I put on there, the more magnesium and the more you relax. Is that what you're saying?
Actually,
okay.
to be honest, you should have a shot of those
Really?
sesame seeds. Yep, don't choke though.
I feel relaxed. Now I'm going to go straight for the tofu because that's what soaks up most of the flavour. If anything's going to be bland, it'll be the tofu. But that sauce down the bottom I can smell is fantastic, so I'm looking forward to trying this.
I can promise you this tofu is not bland. Might be a bit hot. Not bland at all. That's delicious.
Nice and hot. I love the flavour. I love the Korean elements you put in there, the kimchi, the gochujang, a little bit of soy in there, and I like the crispy vegetables. What a great little stir fry, Rosie.
Perfect, quick, everyday stir fry.